For 121 years, SSM Health St. Anthony's has been ready to help and heal patients across OKC. And we are ready to go on a Sunday night in the USL. It is Louisville in their standard white kits tonight, and OKC are a little bit more colorful than you'd expect. And here's Viljan Bijev right away. Tries to get his cross in, and it sails over the crossbar. But what we expected from Oklahoma City, try to get out on the front foot early. And with that, Kaylin, let's take a look at your keys to tonight's game presented by Volkswagen.
Yeah, if you look at Louisville, set the tempo early. They're on the road. They're coming off a big 4-2 win. They're sitting top of the table. Another 3 points gives them that little bit of room to sit comfortably in first. And then for OKC, they need to take advantage of this home field advantage. They only have 3 wins here at home, so they also need to come out on the front foot and set the tempo here on early.
George Davis getting the start as well tonight, settling in to that right wing back role. This is Niall McCabe tussling in the middle. Spoke with Danny Cruz earlier this week, and normally coaches are somewhat reserved when they speak to us leading into a game. I'm sure you know that from experience, Kaylin, but in this case, he was very upfront. Especially considering that he knew there would be a lot of guys out tonight. And one of those things that he said was we need to be prepared for a fight on cement, and we have guys who can adapt in our locker room. You will see a different style of play, and with 3 at the back tonight, that's what we see.
And this comes down to a player that's played in the top leagues, obviously has experience in the MLS, played at Philadelphia Union, and now bringing it here, being a head coach, a young head coach as well. So he knows what it takes to win matches and also to be man manager. It's difficult to be able to balance both of those, being a good man manager and a tactical manager as well, and he does it extremely, extremely well.
Last time these two teams met on this turf, finished 0-0. This is a new challenge for Oklahoma City. And so far they've done well pressing the middle of the pitch, and they've won a free kick in that area. Interim head coach Lee Wiedman made a point in saying that we have to be better game by game against them, and the next step in terms of this game is, can we continue to shut them out like we did last time while also being able to be more creative and clinical. Over the top, looking for Jaime Chavez, who is in an offside position.
And I love that he alluded to just being a little bit more clinical, especially coming after a big 3-0 loss. You're not going to get a lot of opportunities against the side because defensively they're tough to break down. So like you just said, they need to take advantage in and around that 18-yard box.
3-0, the final in what some would consider a surprise result against SKC2. That was coming off of a 1-0 win in Memphis, where you saw Bijev score the game-winning goal. Down to 10 men. Zachary Ellis-Hayden was sent off in that game. He's now back after serving his 1-game ban.
I think I need to apologize to Bijev about his goal celebration as well. I had never seen it, so I had to ask our producer what it meant. And what was it? It's for...
Dustin Curl told us Dragon Ball Z.
I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z girl, so sorry to all my... I'm assuming it's a comic or something. So
don't dig yourself into a deeper hole.
I'm in a grave right now. Okay, back to tactics.
Let's take a look at our injury report. Kaylin Kyle should be on this list right now, but we'll leave that to another time. Look at how many people are out for LouCity. Injuries, of course, brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony's.
And that's why you are seeing this tactical adjustment, 7 changes to this lineup, but they're sitting, again, top of the table. So if they can collect the 3 points, it'd be a massive result. But coming out here with even a draw with a point, with all of those injuries in. But I love the manager, Danny Cruz. They're coming out here. They've changed tactically. They're putting the best players on the pitch to try to get the 3 points. And you're already seeing early on here, defensively, getting numbers into those tight areas, not allowing OKC to play through or try to play direct.
Getting started a little earlier on this Sunday evening means it's slightly warmer out than what you'd be used to for a nighttime game, and on turf that gets accentuated. So the air temperature 91 degrees. We may see a couple of hydration breaks tonight. Good ball over the top to find Hiroki Kurimoto, who pops it up for Chavez. Out comes Chris Hubbard to claim.
And this is a fabulous ball, finding those channel ball. This is where they can really isolate Louisville in this defensive end, because the wing backs drive forward to try to create that overload. The first thought, can you play forward and can you hit those pockets of space for your front runners?
McCabe out wide for Jonathan Gómez. Sure, we'll see more of Gómez as the game goes on. One of the mainstays of this LouCity side this season. Aiden Daniels squeaks through a couple of defenders and he's on his way. Into the middle for Bijev, who tees it up and strikes the leg of Winder. Gómez just turned 18 about 2 weeks ago. And that's a big milestone for anybody, but especially in American soccer. When you turn 18 and have the level of talent that he possesses, you then become eligible for looks outside of the United States. And there are a lot of suitors. Tucker Stevenson. That ball lost by Batista. Taken down by Greg, who sends it into the middle. Batista recovers, and Greg's second crossing effort is blocked by Donovan. It's a corner kick.
And it was one of my players to watch in those starting 11s is Donovan. Don't think he gets enough credit that he deserves. I played in Orlando when he was with Orlando City there, so I got to watch him week in and week out. He's just such a fabulous center back. But playing in this 3, I love that they've really solidified this team in and around him, because he is such a focal point of this team. The leadership that he brings, the communication that he brings, and then the aerial battle to get stuck in, whether it's in the air or have to go to ground and make those huge tackles.
Corner kick brought to you by Little Caesars. It is the 18-year-old Gómez. Towards the back post, it looked like the sun was in Greg's eyes. He managed to get something on it. Outlet for Bijev. Ilyan Bijev on the move and stops the move right there after sprinkling a little nutmeg on LouCity.
I think he may force me to have to go home and Google Dragon Ball Z. This is beautiful from him. Does the defensive responsibility and then just has the cheekiness to nutmeg this first defender, gets around that second defender, and collects the foul.
Certainly has the look. And the production levels have been there for Bijev, the Bulgarian. Can't hold up play this time. Metsoso from the midfield. 33-year-old George Davis IV. Gómez. I beg your pardon, that's Winder. Now Gómez. Kremoto looking for Chavez, who's on the run, but Suwahi gets there first. Both sides have, in the first 10 minutes, at least taken their chances. That's a poor clearance effort that falls to the feet of Del Piccolo, who drops it back for Greg. He'll try one on his left foot. That did strike the arm of Osmond, but it was very close and perhaps unintentional enough to keep Matt Thompson from blowing his whistle. Maybe a year ago, under different rules, that could be considered a handball, but
all I'm saying,
fairly innocuous.
I would hate to be a defender nowadays because the handball rule, there's a lot of gray area in it. So as a defender, defensive midfielder, any player in or around that 18-yard box, you just have to be so careful where your arm placement is. And I know as a defender, that's where you generate your power from, whether it's getting on that quick turn, whether it's throwing a leg out to try to get a leg in front of the ball.
Davis from Suwahi, good cross in, just past the cutting Gonzalez. And it's but a harmless goal kick. Let's take a look and see how close it was. You be the referee at home.
And you can see this, just lining up this strike, and it's the defender, the body's turned away. Yes, the arms are bigger, making the body bigger, but you can see here it's this back arm, defender not even knowing where that flight of the path is. So it is the correct call. Now, I've seen less called in that 18-yard box, so I think it's a great call from the referee to not blow this one to the spot.
Suffice to say, that would be extremely harsh. Energy FC would like to thank SSM Health St. Anthony for being the official healthcare partner and Team Docs for the Energy FC. For 121 years, SSM Health St. Anthony has been ready to help and heal patients across OKC. Daniels misplaced that pass. It's nights like tonight that you wonder, with the change in formation, how will that play into what Louisville likes to do when they work themselves towards goal. They have the most crosses in the USL among any of the 31 teams, 515 crosses, which is not only the most in the USL, but it's over 100 more than 27 other USL teams.
And it's going to come down to the wingbacks in this game, driving forward, creating those overloads, and creating the width in this. It's a difficult system if you haven't ever played it. So coming into a match like this, it's going to take a little bit of time, probably that first 20, 25 minutes of the match, just to get used to playing in that wingback role. It's a lot of energy exertion and playing a little bit of cat and mouse because you're going up an OKC energy side that plays this week in and week out.
Looked like Greg was in an offside position. He'll just let that harmlessly roll across the end line for a goal kick. Among the teams firmly in the playoff race in the Central Division, all of them have played 23 games entering tonight, except Louisville, who are sitting on 22. So this is their game in hand, and they already have a 3-point lead on second place Birmingham Legion. You can say they have a grip on first place in the Central, but it's not the strongest hold among the 4 divisions in the league this year. Batista looking for Bijev. Tried to sneak it past Greg. Donovan concedes the throw. Steve Wiedemann was proud of his side after that Memphis win. Said his team showed resilience getting through the end of the first half after the early red from Ellis Hayden. Long throw in from Davis, and Cochran was fouled. But Wiedemann said that the early goal and seeing out the win in the second half really showed this team's character. That was one aspect of it. And then you come back against SKC, a 3-0 loss, and he said, look, it was frustrating because certain things didn't go our way, but the last game is not what defines us, it's our response that does. This is essentially the response. Tonight's game.
I think this first 16 minutes in, it's been fairly evenly matched. Defensively, both teams dropping in those wing backs, making a 5 very quick, making it difficult to play through or around. So I'd love just a little bit as this game progresses and the legs start to go because of the heat playing at this time on turf. Once that game starts to open up, just the midfield, just getting on the ball a little bit more, getting on that half turn, driving at defenders, just to open this game up and give a little bit more time and space on the ball.
All right, Kaylin, real hand-dipped ice cream.
Oh, no.
Thick milkshakes,
okay.
Old-fashioned banana splits, and sundaes, all made with farm fresh milk. Brahms is proud to be a part of your family's tradition. Farm fresh for over 50 years and proud partner of OKC Energy FC.
I thought you were going to put me on the spot to pick my favorite, but I'm not really an ice cream kind of gal.
So you're not ice cream, you're not Dragon Ball Z. I'm learning a lot about you today.
Sounds like I hate a lot of things. I love soccer. Or football, wherever you are tuning in the world.
It's okay, we've got a Panera read later that's other food as well, so we'll just wait for that one and see if we can find something that tickles your fancy at that point. What have you seen from the first 15 minutes?
I think it's been very evenly matched, like I just alluded to. I don't think either team has given too much away defensively. I think you look at LouCity, they've come out into a new formation, and they've done quite well. It's a big adjustment to go with 3 at the back. I think the 3 have been very good. You can hear the communication on the pitch, getting the wing backs joining to make that back 5. I just think both teams, once they get into that final third, just need a little bit more patience on the ball. Allow that midfielder unit to get up to support, just to create a little bit more overload so it's not just 1v3 or a forced pass that then gets a turnover.
Fans, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Here's Winder. Toch, who leads the league in pass attempts this season. He's got about 1,500 of them, or at least will by the end of this game. Del Piccolo slips in McCabe. Good ball across the way and into the arms of Cochran.
And this is a fabulous build-up play down this right-hand side. This was the patience that I was touching on just moments earlier, creating the overloads down the left-hand side and waiting for that late midfield run to drive inside, get the ball. It's a good ball across the box. Now it's just the runners, but this is what I was talking about, just being a little bit more calm and having players to create those overloads, that 1-2 touch soccer. I was going to say football, but I forgot that it's America and the season's back on, so I can't call it football anymore. But just to be a little bit more patient, and you love to see it from LouCity in this match as it's starting to grow.
I think the people watching tonight would understand. Although
I always
it
get in
is
trouble.
week 1 in the NFL season, but if you're here tonight, we thank you for that. Stevenson wins the free kick. This could be a dangerous spot.
Bit of a light foul, if I'm being honest, from the ref. I don't think there was too much in it to warrant a spot like this, but
You can see it's a difficult vantage point for all of the players along that Louisville back line. You can see them shielding their eyes and the shadows behind them. The sun is right into the retinas. It will be Bijev. Good ball. It took a second bounce. Greg is the one who has to clear it. Batista will recycle. Ellis Hayden looking for Bijev, who tried to bring it under his spell, but there was Davis to take it away. And Del Piccolo is fouled.
it's great defensive work from Davis. You look at Bijev, just how much of an attacking threat he brings into this game, whether it's the ball at his feet, taking 2-3 players on, this long ball over the top. So it's going to come down to these wingbacks, especially Davis down this right-hand side, just to help and create that 2v1 against a player like this.
Now Greg is fouled on the restart, so it was essentially a punt that ends up with a chance for now a set piece. Set pieces can be dangerous in games like this when the shots come few and far between. Heads towards the back post. It was last touched by Greg, and it's harmlessly out for a goal kick. Gives us a chance to remind you that First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and mobile deposit. First Fidelity Bank. We go where you go. Visit ffb.com today. Now I think Kaylin's going to tell me that she's not a bank person either.
Oh, I'm a bank person.
Okay.
I love making money.
No, but I just assumed you hid all your cash under your mattress or something. Ellis Hayden offside. Both sides are in the thick of it right now, schedule-wise, dealing with load management, which is a word, or a phrase rather, that gets tossed around pretty freely these days, and it does take effect once you get down towards the final stretch of the regular season. Well, one into the box. Del Piccolo is on it, on his left foot. Gonzalez couldn't get to it, and Cochran will try to go quick. We spoke with Lee Wiedman about load management. He said it's something we really have to consider right now because Bijev has been playing a lot. He needs to be monitored. And on the flip side, guys like Aiden Daniels haven't played as much as we've wanted. And when you talk about this LouCity side tonight, the number of players that are out either for a knock or to give them a breather, it allows other players the chance to get ready come playoff time. Bijev only has one body to aim at in the box, so he'll saunter in there himself. It's Viljan Bijev on his right foot. It takes a deflection, and it's flicked in by Ellis Hayden. OKC strike first at home. Created by Bijev, finished by Ellis Hayden. 1-0.
And we touched on this earlier with Bijev, what he adds to this side. We saw him in the midfield, magging players, creating overloads, and now just left isolated down this left-hand side. It's a bad giveaway. First thought of this back line, play forward, find those gaps in those pockets down in the flank area because of the three at the back. I love that Bijev just slows this down again, tries to go for the shot, takes a little bit of a deflection, but this is what you want. You want players driving into the box for moments and opportunities like this. You have Ellis Hayden that comes into the starting 11 today, makes no mistake, slots it away to go ahead early in this game, 1-0.
And for the first time this season, OKC lead Louisville. Might as well say for the first time ever. These teams had never met prior to this season.
And I believe that Ellis Hayden is Canadian.
You're darn right. And
you love to see Canadians doing well in this league.
And I'm going to let you pronounce the name of the town because I feel like Canadians get really angry when you pronounce it wrong.
We don't. We're too nice.
Okay, Kitchener.
Kitchener. No, you're right.
All
Kitchener, Ontario.
I worked for the Blue Jays for a little bit. I know how you Canadian fans are. You're real nice on the outside, but when they do something wrong, I'll tell you, they're ruthless.
We're just very passionate about our sports.
Right. The Blue Jays scored 22 runs today, so it's a good day for Canada as Ellis Hayden scores his first of the season. Second year with Oklahoma City. Before that, spent time with Fresno before they folded. Zachary Ellis Hayden actually hasn't scored a goal since 2018. That was the last time he found the back of the net in the championship. But Louisville trying to answer quickly, and it's Jorge Gonzalez. Cochran is there to deny him.
And I love this response from Louisville. They could have just dropped in defensively and not tried to get done out. I love that, again, the first thought, play forward, take players on, create overloads. You can see this ball from the midfield here. That first touch in, get on this half turn. This is where they can be and become so dangerous. We've seen them so successful just living in that pockets of space, getting on the half turn and driving at back lines.
Bijev will try to hold up play, but it's stolen right off of his feet by Metsoso, whose cross is not cleared, and Toch was in there, trying to become the second defender to score in just a couple of minutes. It's another LouCity corner. This time Gómez swings it in towards the back post. Nice flick by Bautista. Secondary clearance from Daniels. Last time Zachary Ellis Hayden scored September 22nd, nearly 3 years ago to the day, for Fresno against Timbers 2. Remember, they were without him in the 3-0 loss against SKC because of that red card he picked up in the game prior. Here's Davis. Down the right side for Gonzalez. Low ball in, flicked on twice. Del Piccolo's effort over the bar.
You can see from LouCity all the buildups coming down this right-hand side. So for OKC, just to match that, get into the locker room at 45, 1-0 up, but defensively need to do a better job down this right-hand side, because if they don't, they're going to end up paying, because the crosses are coming in. There's just no real strong runs in that 18-yard box.
For a hydration break.
Time for a very necessary hydration break in the heat. You can score a great deal with the Brahms Family 4-pack for only $49. You will receive 4 match tickets, 2 buy one get one free Brahms combo vouchers, and 4 Energy FC hats. Visit energyfc.com/Brahms to pick up your family pack. Let's take a look at the goal for OKC. It comes off of the turnover, Kaylin, and it was Bijev who did most of the work, but don't take anything away from Ellis Hayden's finish.
It comes from a turnoff, but how about that first-time pass from this back line straight into Bijev? I love that he slows this down. This was that patience that I was talking about that they needed, both teams needed in that attacking third. Does come off a deflection, but that late run to the back post, I love that Ellis Hayden keeps this run going. And again, it comes from that wing back position. I said that both sides of this game were going to be won or lost with those wing backs doing not only the defensive role, but also that attacking role as well.
Quick check over his shoulder to ensure he was onside, and the run was incidentally timed perfectly. I think that's to be expected, Kaylin, when you play in a formation such as this with OKC, that 3-4-3, you're dependent on those wingbacks to get up the pitch as many times as possible, regardless of how tired they may be in doing so.
It's the hardest role that you can imagine in a system, is playing the wingback role, because the amount of ground that you have to cover, you have to get back to make 5 across the back, and then you also have to join the attack to create the overloads and play that almost cat and mouse in the middle of the pitch. Don't drop too early to have that space and those pockets open up in front of you, but you can't also nip and get stuck trying to win the ball too high up the pitch, because then you leave those gaps in behind you, where a few times you have seen on both ends find those pockets of space where it's created that attacking presence.
Davis looking over the top, but Cochran has been alert all game so far. LouCity have managed just 1 shot on target. It was a decent effort. Turned over by Kurimoto. Here comes Davis again.
You can see OKC just quite happy to sit in defensively, get to the locker room 1-0 up at this point. They've done a good job thus far. But what we know about this LouCity side is they have attacking presence. Yes, they've made 7 changes, but they have players in this 11 that can score with just 1 opportunity.
When you see Bijev's contribution to the goal, it confirms what Lee Wiedman said about him when we spoke with him, because he's obviously got a lot of praise for his leading goal scorer, and that's to be expected. But he said he's not a typical 9 or 10 who just sits in waiting for the ball to come to him. He moves everywhere and never really in one place. Came up the left flank that time to create the deflection that led to the goal.
But it comes down to his vision and awareness off the ball. He's always in a pocket of space with no defenders around him because of the work he does when the ball's not in and around him. He finds those spaces, gets on the half turn. We saw him on that right-hand side with that cheeky little nutmeg, and then, like you just alluded to, down this left-hand side, just putting his foot on the ball, slowing the tempo down a bit. So as this game starts to open up, he's going to become even more dangerous in a match like this.
Ellis Hayden offering his condolences after colliding with Winder. I think he's lucky to escape a caution there. Conversation ensuing between referee and player right now to say, let's make sure that doesn't happen again.
I love hearing fans back in the stands.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because Danny Cruz talked about that too. He said that being on the road has been different this year compared to what we're normally used to.
I can't even imagine as a player playing in empty stadiums like they did all last season. I mean, how hard is it already to travel on the road within America because of the travel and the time change, but then going to empty stadiums with no fans. I know that they get paid to show up week in, week out, but playing in front of stadiums, playing in front of fans, your friends, your family, just adds a different dynamic, and you can really see it all around the world, whatever league you look in.
Greg's cross is a good one. Cochran had to parry it away. It's followed up on the deflection by McCabe, and I think that last came off of an OKC player. It's a corner.
And it's another attack down this right-hand side. A fabulous whipped-in ball into the box here. Just no runners being able to get on the end of it. But as this game progresses, they need to do a better job defensively down this right-hand side.
Another Little Caesars corner kick. It's Gómez. Cochran punches. Natsoso settles. McCabe launches, and Cochran is there again. Given away, though, rather cheaply. At this point, if you're Oklahoma City, about 7-8 minutes plus stoppage time to get yourself to the locker room with a 1-0 lead. That appears to be the mindset.
Yeah, they're quite happy to just sit in defensively. I do think they need to do a better job down their left-hand side, the right-hand side of LouCity. They haven't done a good enough job. They just haven't been punished as of yet. But as this game starts to progress, good quality balls into the box, those heavy legs, when your mind starts to switch off because of the heat, and as just the game progresses, you start to fatigue. Those are when it's a sloppy deflection that ends up into your back of your own net.
Winder tries to clip it over the top for Gómez. Energy FC would like to thank SSM Health St. Anthony's for being the official healthcare partner, and Team Docs for the Energy FC. For 121 years, SSM Health St. Anthony has been ready to help and heal patients across OKC. Gonzalez chasing after it, warded off by Osmond. Winder has been thrust into the lineup tonight, just 18 years old as well. He and Gómez have a combined age of just 3 more years than the man playing the right wing back position tonight in George Davis.
Age is just a number. He's aging like a fine wine.
That's well done, flicked on looking for Kurimoto, but Toch has cover. Nice touch by Swahi. He's looking for the whistle. I'd say that Davis has upheld himself admirably tonight down that side. You talk about LouCity attacking down the right. He's been one of the main culprits.
I think he's been fabulous. I think he's putting good balls into the box as well. So can he continue this going as they are 1-0 down at the moment?
Bijev not only holds it up, but switches play. And Chavez again playing right along the line, offside again. Binder. Swahi. Niall McCabe.
It's good defensive work from OKC, just allowing LouCity to live on the ball, to get on the ball, move the ball side to side, and just sit in defensively. They're making it frustrating. They're not able to play through. They're trying to play around, and the only success that they have found has been down this right-hand side. So if they can clean that up, it's going to be difficult for LouCity to get on the score sheet here this evening.
Well, Lee Wiedemann wanted creativity and to maintain the defensive presence that his team showcased last time on this pitch against LouCity, and tonight they've gotten their goal. It's been very difficult for LouCity to manufacture anything into the box, but I have to say, since the goal, most of the action has been on LouCity's attacking end of the pitch. Now Bijev can try to run with it. Plenty of space for Kurimoto. He'll shift the responsibility to Stevenson. Given away to Greg. LouCity have some numbers, but a poor touch. Energy FC is excited to welcome the Lincoln at Central Park Apartments as a proud partner of the club. The official home of Energy FC players. The Lincoln at Central Park Apartment Homes is the epitome of luxury apartment living in OKC. For more information, please call 405-759-5583 and mention promo code This Is Our City for special discounts.
And you look at the average positioning for Gómez down that left-hand side, and that is why you're seeing more of the attack down this right-hand side. He's far too deep. So I love this, that he's starting to join the attack. Can you see a little bit more of that? So there's a little bit more balance from this left-hand side to the right-hand side, which naturally just opens up the middle of the pitch, get midfielders on it, and be able to play a little bit quicker and just to catch OKC out defensively.
Long throw from Gómez. Cleared by Donovan, back to Gómez. Not enough room for a cross, but another LouCity corner. They've had their fair share of them in this first half. Here comes number 5. Tapped away by Cochran, bodies flying everywhere. And as soon as that ball goes out of play, we need to pick up the scraps. Stoppage time brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony's. 3 minutes here in the first half. Batista with the clearance. Gómez trying to follow it up. SSM Health St. Anthony is ready for you, for the game, for the team, for the community. At a moment's notice, without hesitation, we are ready. And we're proud to be the Energy FC healthcare partner.
For our team, for our patients, and for our city, we are ready.
So, the way this first half has gone, LouCity have had the possession, the shots, the corner numbers, everything except the goal, which belongs to the Energy.
They've had good attacking presence. They just haven't been clinical in that final third, whether it's the final pass, the final run.
How about this? Greg to Metsoso, whose cross is blocked again, but here comes corner number 6.
But it comes down to good defensive work. You look at when they do whip in a good ball, you have players like Donovan that's getting a piece on it, making huge tackles in the box. Ends up being a very frustrating game. So then you try to be very individual around that 18-yard box. That's why they just need a little bit more patience to pick that final pass just a little bit better.
At some point, a Louisville head is going to get to a first ball. Donovan has to clear. Have to give credit to the back line of OKC. They've done a really good job defending these corners.
And you look at the possession, yes, it's in favor of LouCity, but it's because of the defensive work of OKC. They're dropping very defensive. They're dropping very defensively, dropping into that 5 through the back, 4 through the midfield, and just allowing LouCity to get on the ball and not in dangerous areas. So fair play where fair play, give fair play where it is, but I think for OKC, they're 1-0 up. They can't continue to drop so defensively because LouCity have that attacking presence that I've been talking about this first 45 minutes, that one of these opportunities are going to end up in the back of the net.
Danny Cruz isn't that kind of coach, but this doesn't feel anyway like one of those yelling and screaming halftime talks.
No, I think
the game is still very much gettable.
I think he can be quite happy with this performance. I think defensively they switched off for a moment. It took a bad defensive deflection that obviously Ellis Hayden put into the back of the net.
Second, though, could be devastating, and Bijev is on the move. Sawahi wins it cleanly. And there might still be time for LouCity to run the other way. McCabe's got to keep it moving forward. Matt Thompson is letting LouCity come. Here's Sawahi. Body's ready for a cross. Davis is fouled, and they'll get their cross in. Might as well send them forward. Both Gómez and McCabe. It is Jonathan Gómez. That's a good ball in, cleared by Donovan. Metsoso, gotta go quick. Toch, McCabe, towards the back post, headed on, flicked on twice, and it heads in. Beyond the 3 minutes of first half stoppage time, LouCity have equalized and changed the halftime talk.
And you could feel this goal coming. The amounts of pressure, and it only took a good quality cross into the box and 3 players driving to that back post to get onto the end of it. It's this build-up play from this middle of the pitch down this right-hand side. I don't know how many times I had to say it in the first 45 minutes, but there's no cover, there's no support. It's a 2v1 on this flank, a good ball. I love that he nods this one back across into the mix where there's two players right in front of the net.
It's Paulo Del Piccolo after Greg's initial header. Nothing Cochran could do about it. Del Piccolo scores his 5th of the season, and it's going to be 1-1 at half. And Thompson with a look at his watch. Second half underway. She's Canadian, Kaylin Kyle. I'm Spencer Siegel. We're happy to have you along tonight. Not showcased on that halftime stat sheet. 6 LouCity corners and not a single one for OKC. Perhaps expect more of the same here in the second half, although switch sides as LouCity will attack this end of the pitch. It's Kyle Gregg who works it around his defender, and there wasn't enough time for it to come down.
And I think for OKC, they can't sit in so defensively that we saw in that first 45 minutes, because you can see the floods of pressure from LouCity just continuing to progress, and they're starting to find those gaps where they can be extremely dangerous in and around the 18.
Another long throw, pops back out to Gómez. On his left foot, swings it in. That was a dangerous ball, had to be dealt with by Donovan. Toch will win the throw for LouCity. Two-time champions enter this game 3 points clear in first place in the Central, as Cochran came out for it and ultimately collects the soft header. Now trying to break. Ellis Hayden through the legs of Gonzalez, and he's still going. A lot of white jerseys around him. Toch took that one in a tough spot, and that is why play will be stopped. Give him just a minute. So it's LouCity on 43 points entering tonight. Once they play this game, they'll be on even ground in terms of the number of games played with Birmingham. Now the first tiebreaker is wins. So if LouCity doesn't get this win and Birmingham later on grab a win, they would be even with 13 wins. But then the second tiebreaker for the playoffs is goal differential, and that's where LouCity have it made. 18 in favor of LouCity, plus 18. Birmingham just plus 5. Gómez got tripped up by Ellis Hayden, and he does win the foul. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City, you can say they're one of 4 teams competing for one spot. Indy 11, OKC, Atlanta United 2 have all played 23 games, and they're all separated by 1 point. 29 for both Indy and OKC, 28 for Atlanta. Memphis have 2 games in hand on all 3 of those teams, and they're on 25, so you give them a point or 3 in those games, and they're right on par too. It's going to be a tight race, and as I said, Kaylin, there's only 1 spot, so only 1 team gets into the playoffs. Well done by Daniels, and again. Osmond. Batista knocks into Davis, who took a shot.
You can see the pressure early on in the second 45 that LouCity's putting on early, trying to set the tempo, not allowing OKC to get another early go-ahead goal like we saw in that first 45 minutes. So I like this approach from LouCity on the road, difficult place to go, don't want to sit in, and really starting to come out here alive in this second 45.
So Wahi forced back. Danny Cruz spoke a lot about how much he liked the movement from his front three in that 4-2 win against Hartford last weekend. There was a lot to be happy about from that win, but conceding a pair of goals was not on that list. They conceded first tonight.
But they responded as well, playing in a different formation, tactically playing with that three at the back. It's a difficult system to learn and to implement when you go against a team that's been playing it all season long. So give credit where credit's due with Danny Cruz coming out here with those 7 adjustments. Obviously, players out due to injury or just not being able to get into the starting 11. And they've looked okay. They're starting to grow into the game. They're starting to really almost make this game suffocating.
Gómez again. Cochran backs off. Daniels gets to it. Who touched it last? Yep, it's LouCity ball, but just a little bit further back than what George Davis had in mind. Cochran has been impressive tonight. The goal, not much he could have done about it, but he's really made that penalty area his. Might have more work to do here. McCabe slips it in for Davis, who's offside. Marginally. I don't know about that one.
That's close. From this angle, to me, it looks onside, but you can see the linesman that is in better eyesight than us. They can see directly across the field, but that is a very close call.
You want to break out those technological lines?
No. This is why I'm not a referee. I'm up here, not down there. They have one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Ellis Hayden, given the space by Gómez, but opts not to use it. And when OKC have had the ball, this is pretty much what it's looked like. Well done, though, to play out of the back. Charlie Ward, we haven't called his name once today. On the ball now. Sometimes that can be a good thing when you slip through the cracks invisibly.
In this case, it hasn't been. I think in order for them to become a little bit more successful and get a little bit more of a rhythm, instead of playing Route 1 football, trying to play the ball in behind, they need to find those midfield platforms where they haven't been able to find them. Far too many times, midfield just hiding in behind defenders. Good defensive work from Louisville to not allow them to get on it, but it's that double movement, the rotation of this midfield three that needs to be better.
Energy FC want to thank Tropical Smoothie Cafe for helping feed our players and for being a proud partner of Energy FC. Check out one of their 15 Oklahoma City Metro locations or visit order.tropicalsmoothiecafe.com to get your smoothies delivered.
See, now that sounds appetizing to me.
The smoothie?
Yeah, not an ice cream person, but that smoothie sounds good.
I'm not sure what your favorite kind would be, but there's a detox green smoothie that I generally try to go for. I'm not usually a green smoothie guy.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
I'm just telling you.
Back to the game.
I don't know exactly what's detox about it, but it works. I think Bijev may have taken a scrape from a cleat. Kremoto does well. Here comes Osmond. Chavez. Just a little too heavy. Winder. It's been good moving forward, Elijah Winder, tonight. Gómez tries to link up with him. I've usually seen Jonathan Gómez surge towards the box a little bit more than we have tonight. We haven't seen Gómez make those dynamic runs that we're used to from the 18-year-old. Gómez goes quick. That's one way to get it into the box, and Greg has it cleared by Donovan.
And I think the reasoning for that is because you look at OKC and just the pressure that they're putting on early on. It's not allowing maybe potentially Gómez to get forward in those roles where he has been very successful.
First Little Caesars corner kick of the second half. Whipped in again towards the back post, and this time Tucker Stevenson's defense is necessary, and I think that took a deflection off of the corner flag. Yeah, it will be another corner. Gómez with that left boot. Cochran claims, and he's looking for an outlet. Batista over the top to find Chavez, who handled it illegally. Did all he could. That was also very close. Start of the second half has felt a lot like the start of the first half. It's been a little bit more chess, a little less checkers. The goal scorer, Ellis Hayden. Ward finds Krimoto. Over the top, looking for Chavez. Toch tussles with him. And it appears that the tussle was mutual. Cochran off of his line. You figure at some point over the next 30 minutes, this game will open up the way it appears to be doing. 3 points can go a long way for both sides. Take a look. What do you think, Kaylin?
It's that early ball in over the top. I mean, does come through the backside. For me, it's a foul. You have the attacker that's in the right position, but potentially the referee, because how the ball took that bounce to then come back, the attacker didn't have a chance to get to it. But for me, it's a foul. It's a push through the back. But this is why I'm not paid to be down there.
And Daniels takes a shot to the face as well. And there is our first yellow card of the evening. It's Paolo Del Piccolo. You talked about the bounce. One thing that especially a team like Louisville, who play at Lynn Family Stadium, don't see as much is that turf pitch where the ball does bounce differently than it would on regular grass.
It's a completely different feeling, and you look at Louisville Stadium, it's fantastic. Obviously, racing plays there as well. What they've done there and what they created is incredible. The fan support, the pitch is beautiful. So it is very different when you're coming and you're playing on turf, especially when there is heat. So if they had watered this down before the first and the second half, it usually goes a little bit quicker. But when it's this hot, that water just gets evaporated. So it gets stuck, takes weird bobbles, takes weird bounces all over the pitch.
Well, Daniels getting fouled will be his last action of the night. Arun Basulovic will take his place. The Bronx native, he's got a goal to his name this season. That's a substitution brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony's.
And this was the sub that we saw last match. Obviously, he started the last match and Daniels came in for him, and it's just a reverse here today. So let's see if we can see a little bit of a spark, because you look at possession right now and it's been very dominant from, LouCity. So can they help just build, get on this ball, and try to get the team parts just a little bit higher and not sit so defensively.
And now Davis goes into the book, and you could tell Bijev was waiting for that one, but it was a fairly cynical foul. Actually, Bijev didn't even see him. He was looking in the other direction. Now McCabe has gone down for what, I'm not sure. And perhaps Batista, in the tussle of the group, may have put his foot in an unnatural position, and that's why McCabe is hurt. And Batista's going to get a yellow card for it, and I think rightfully so. There's really no need for that. Actually, that's something that the league might take a look at once this game is over.
And it's just silly. I mean, like you just alluded to, there's absolutely no reason to do this. It's frustration, it's stupidity, and again, it could cost you in the long run if the league does come back and take a little bit of a closer look at this. It's just silliness, it's sloppiness as well. When you are in this match, it's 1-1. This is a huge 3 points on the road. You don't want to be losing players, as you alluded to, a lot of games in a short amount of time.
Well, meanwhile, Bijev flicks it in. O'Donovan got a touch to it, but didn't direct it towards goal. Did all he could. And Ellis Hayden will recycle it to his keeper. You can tell the intensity is starting to pick up with about half an hour remaining.
The referee issued a yellow card to OKC Energy FC's number 15, Lamar Batista, in the 64th minute.
Energy FC is proud to welcome Social Capital as the official watch party location for the 2021 season. Bring your family and watch every Energy FC away match at the #1 rated craft beer bar in Oklahoma by Forbes magazine and craftbeer.com. Social Capital boasts 120 independent craft beers on tap, a variety of cocktails and wine, a full menu of street tacos, and more with Oklahoma City's largest rooftop patio. So what are you looking for, Kaylin? These two teams have really played it evenly in the second half thus far. What separates the two sides?
I don't think a lot separates the two sides. I think if you look at Louisville, they're so dangerous in that attacking presence. So can they keep the foot on the gas pedal to try to collect the 3 points? Or are they happy just collecting the one to have that little bit of gap sitting in first place? And then for Kansas City, they need to go after this game. They need to have a little bit more attacking flair, get higher up the pitch, don't drop so far back defensively, and take care of set piece opportunities.
That's a good ball in. Donovan had to clear it away. And Batista goes flying over the top of Toch. And it looks like Toch touched it last. Wow, Batista actually flicked it off of Toch's head, who's enraged. Actually, the ball's been put down, so it's a foul. Sulovic trying to get involved. Winder gives it away. And before LouCity will bring it back in, Tyler Gibson, Brian Ownby, and I believe I saw Antoine Opino. Yeah, indeed. Opino, Ownby, and Gibson all coming in at the same time for LouCity. This is as much of a veteran lot of substitutes that you'll find.
Replacing him, number 12, Tyler Gibson. Leading the match, number 36, Pablo Del Piccolo. Replacing him, number 29, Antoine Opino.
So Del Piccolo, who scored the goal, comes out. Ownby replaces Davis.
Replacing him, number 10, Brian Ownby.
And Tyler Gibson for Niall McCabe. So Gibson, Opino, Ownby, who have 6 goals and 10 assists between the three of them. We'll see out the rest of this game.
And he was one of our players to watch in our opening of what he can bring off the bench once the game starts to open up.
Ooh, dangerously done by Osmond. He did it well. Opino was lurking. Given away, and Gregg has a shot at it, but Cochran denies him. It happened so fast. Kyle Gregg can strike in an instant, But Cochran was alert and comes up with the biggest save of the second half.
And it's a bad defensive giveaway, a straight ball in the middle of the pitch, down in the attacking end. Terrible defensive work. I love two defenders coming across Donovan, a fabulous save as well, but just sloppiness at the back.
And it took a deflection too, which made it even more difficult for Cochran to handle. Now the corner, and Batista rises to the occasion. Bijev gives it away this time, and it finds Gonzalez, who splits the uprights.
And this really is a copy and paste from that first 45 minutes. You saw exactly this. You can see teams starting to open up, pressure on opposite ends, but you can see LouCity clawing their way back in, not clawing their way. They've been dominant in possession, but they've been a little bit more threatening as the halves have gone on, and you're starting to see it here in the second 45 minutes, and it almost feels like they may sneak a goal in the next 5 to 10 minutes. That momentum has completely shifted to LouCity's side.
That's so turns on the Jets. Gómez comes down the left side, tries to clip it back in, and Gonzalez once again can't get on top of it. Had a couple of opportunities to hit the target. They haven't been clear-cut chances.
It's another good opportunity. Love this little cut in between the two defensive players and not taking this second touch to calm it and to put it on the turf. Strikes this one from Gonzalez.
22-year-old Spaniard from Valencia. There's a festival in Valencia that takes place every year. They didn't have it last year because of COVID, but they built these giant statues made of wood and styrofoam, display them all around the city, and then burn them all on one night. That was last weekend. I'm sure he's seen one or two Fallas festivals in his day. Here is the Spaniard, taken away by Ward. Ownby nestles it into the box, flicked on by Greg, and Cochran's been playing center field all night long. First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and mobile deposit. First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go. Visit ffb.com today. Bijev has to send it a long way, and does. Out comes Hubbard, who hasn't had much to do tonight. Tries to start the break. Ownby, is he in an onside position? Well, it doesn't matter, and now the flag goes up somewhat late, but up nonetheless. OKC do have some firepower on the bench. They've got 4 substitutions to work with if they choose to use them, but who they choose to bring into the game will be very telling in terms of whether or not 1 point is enough for them. Jonathan Brown, Kodai Ida be their attacking options. Brad Dunwell, Declan Wynn, Huang Sunday would be their defensive options. So far, just Basulovic for OKC. Ownby spears it forward. Gonzalez catches up to it. Cuts it back. Nobody there for it. Osmond can clear it away. Ownby again. This time he'll take it into the attacking half himself. It's about a 70-yard run from Brian Ownby, and he gets nothing for it. Hey, OKC Energy fans, visit any of the 9 Oklahoma City area Panera Bread locations for our creamy mac and cheese or the classic Bacon Turkey Bravo. Try the new Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza, or everyone's seasonal favorite, the strawberry poppy seed salad. These and other favorites are sure to have you cheering. Order online at PaneraBread.com for pickup or delivery right to you. Your favorites only at Panera. This has been about the spot right here where OKC have had 4 or 5 set pieces.
And they need to take advantage of these set pieces. They haven't been able to get into this final third very often in the second 45 minutes. So it's going to come down if they want to nick one and get the 3 points. Set piece opportunities.
And a lot of hit and hope like this. Hubbard comes out for the punch. Really hasn't worked to this point. Certainly the goal came with a touch of class from Bijev, but it was his willingness to try and dribble through the defense and get in behind. And right now, balls like this have me thinking that OKC are content with a point and their defensive presence. And
I don't think maybe it's that. I just think that LouCity have done a very good job defensively, and it's starting to frustrate OK City. They don't really have any options forward. Their first thought, can we play forward? Can we get it behind this back three? But the back three have done a very good job dropping, supporting, getting the wing backs tucked in.
Oh, good ball over the top. Gómez has gotten onto it, and now the flag goes up. He was there, though, Jonathan Gómez. That's another spear from Sean Toch.
It's a great ball over this line. I love how they're switching up the platforms now, whether it's the ball in over the top, playing through the midfield, substitutes coming off the bench and driving at this back line. Just gets unlucky here and gets caught offside.
Cochran is shaken up. That's not the guy they want to see injured. And this is, again, after the flag went up. And actually, well, fortunate, I think. Oh, it was actually the save that I think got him. Hit him in the arm. Yeah. Flicked on by Ellis Hayden. He's in the middle. If Bijev can find him, he cannot. And, oh, it's last touched by Bijev. We were thinking that might be the first corner for OKC in this game. They haven't had that opportunity yet. Winder Does what his coaches tell him to do, and they give it to Jonathan Gómez, whose shoulder shrugged by Kurimoto. Plenty of space in the midfield. Basulovic. Stevenson cuts in. Looking for Bijev. All 3 points available to both sides tonight. Oklahoma City struck first. Zachary Ellis-Hayden in the 25th minute as the referee takes a tumble. The assistant ref, Batista and Gonzalez, and actually the assistant ref, I think, slipped on the track surface. He's all right. Ellis-Hayden in the 25th. That was off of Bijev's shot that was deflected right to him. OKC held that lead for about 20 minutes. Now, an interesting note, LouCity's equalizer. There were 3 added minutes of first half stoppage time. And the goal came in the 49th minute of the first half. 45 plus 4. It was a cross from McCabe that Del Piccolo pounced home after Greg was able to get to the first ball. Ownby. Del Piccolo, or rather Opino, I should say. Basulovic turns. Got options. It's Ward. See, as soon as the ball comes back here, the Louisville midfield pushes up, forcing OKC to play through them. Kurimoto for Stevenson. Back to Ward. Plenty of space on the near side where Bijev is. Good through ball to find Stevenson. Tucker Stevenson just beyond him, and Ellis-Hayden can't catch up to it. Gómez clears. Patient.
Just not a good ball. I mean, patient down this left-hand side, yes, but then just not patient enough in that final third to allow more attackers to drive into that box, and then not a great ball either.
Greg flicks it near Ownby, who completely misses. Batista will foray into the attacking third. He'll try a cross. Why not? Chavez tried to flick it for Basulovic, and now LouCity can try to run. But Kurimoto comes in brilliantly with a tackle. Bijev got a body to aim at. Toch away. Ownby did keep it in play. Gómez looked like he had just slipped that time. Gets the benefit of the call. Ellis-Hayden does have to be careful. We'll see Akil Watts coming into the game shortly for Louisville. And with Just over 5 minutes left in this one. OKC have made just one substitution from their allotted 5. Flicked on for Ownby. Openo in the middle. Flag up.
City FC substitution in the 85th minute. Leading the match is number 21, Kyle Gregg. Replacing him, number 8, Akil Watts.
So Gregg comes out. Substitution brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony. Akil Watts, native of Fort Wayne, Indiana. "21 years old now, made his team debut at age 19. See if he can provide the spark for LouCity tonight. You know they're not satisfied with 1 point. Danny Cruz made it very clear that at home, on the road, they head for 3 points every chance they get. And it's difficult for LouCity at this stage because they're in the middle of a stretch right now where 7 of 8 games are on the road, and they finished the season with 3 of 4 on the road. I believe Sawahi was cut. Here's Zachary Ellis-Hayden looking for Kurimoto. Creative ball over the top, and Winder misplaced it. For the moment, LouCity playing with 10 men. Sawahi is still pitch side. And Sawahi's actually going to come out of the game now. Abdou Jam, the Senegalese, will replace him. And that substitution has been made, so LouCity at full strength. Ellis-Hayden gets his cross in. Hubbard comes out for it. It's a second half that's lacked a spark. One moment of magic. Perhaps it's still there. Gibson trying to feed Openo, who then commits the foul. Or rather, Gonzalez. Still plenty of time for both of these teams to achieve their objectives, but we are down to single digits in terms of the number of games remaining in the regular season. Winder for Gómez. It's where he likes it. Gómez keeps it alive. Taken away by Osman, though. Vasilovic with his head up. Gives it right back to Matsoso. Ownby. Nothing doing.
And you've nailed it. The second 45, it just has it. It's lacked a little bit of that spark, that little bit of individual flair. It's been a little bit cagey of a match. Defense against defense, wingbacks dropping in, difficult to break down. So if this score does hold 1-1, I think it's a well-deserved on both teams, really leaving it out on the pitch defensively.
This is the second of 5 games in a row on the road for LouCity. Next Saturday, they head to Indianapolis for the Louisville-Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest. I think that's Mike Watts' favorite sentence. Memphis after that, Atlanta United 2 after that. 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony, who are ready for you, for the game, for the team, and for the community. At a moment's notice, without hesitation. We're ready, and we're proud to be the Energy FC healthcare partner. There is time for one more opportunity. But somebody needs to take the reins. Batista for Kurimoto. Basulovic in the middle. There he is. Arun Basulovic with his head up feeds Bijev. It's Viljan Bijev. Cuts back onto his left, finding Basulovic. And it's tame in the end for Hubbard.
And Bijev just missing that opportunity to let this one off his foot. Decides to take a little bit of an extra touch, but well done defensively from LouCity, getting back and not diving in too early, just keeping their feet and not getting a silly challenge in and around that 18-yard box in this extra time.
This would be a positive result for Oklahoma City. You'll take a point at this rate, but after this game, they only have 7 games left, and you're going to need 3 points on more than one occasion.
And this is why it was my key to the match. At home, you needed the 3 points here tonight because it is so close.
Metsoso's got Opino, who couldn't bring it under his spell.
And it is so close in the table. They need to start making their home grounds a fortress and a difficult place to play in. You look at the statistics at home, just 3 wins on the season, 5 draws and 3 losses at home. Far too many draws at home. Need to start collecting all 3 points.
Well, they'll be on the road next Saturday at Birmingham, so it doesn't get any easier after that. But 2 home games to follow, Indy 11 and San Antonio October 3rd. Which, for those watching in Louisville, coincidentally, is the next time LouCity are at home at Lynn Family Stadium. That'll be when LouCity welcomes New Mexico United to Louisville for the first time. Basulovic stays with it. Opino gives chase. Chance to go quickly, still time. Gonzalez taken away by Ward. That was auspicious from Stevenson. And it results in a turnover, and there are bodies in the box. Donovan had to be careful. And Batista chests it to his teammate. The goal for Louisville came in stoppage time in the first half. But the referee's already had a look at his watch, and we're past the allotted 4 minutes. Vasilovic will come forward. So too will Kurimoto. It's Chavez. He's got some space. Chavez slips. It'll be cleared away by Winder, and there is the final whistle.